ticket.
Oh, you know what? That's fully removable. Well, would you look how foolish I am? How's it going, y'all? Rowdy Rouse back with another Star Wars Black Series members first video. Today we have another Inquisitorious. I can't speak. We have another Inquisitor. It is the Seventh Sister, which was played by Sarah Michelle Gellar. And if you didn't know, Kanan was played by Freddie Prinze Jr. and they're married, so that was kind of cute. But we have Seventh Sister from Star Wars Rebels. So we're filling out this ranks of Inquisitors. This is one of the ones that they hadn't made for a long time. I'm glad they finally made her. She's only ever been in Rebels. So with all that being said, let's take a close look at the box and we'll get this bad girl open.
Such a handsome face.
I don't go for crazy anymore.
That's all right. I prefer brains.
Taking a look at the front of the box, it says Star Wars The Black Series, Seventh Sister Inquisitor, Star Wars Rebels, and she is number 9 in that Rebels line, which is in purple. We get the galaxy artwork on the side. We get the back of the box artwork and a blurb. Seventh Sister Inquisitor, quick, agile, and deadly. The Seventh Sister Inquisitor is one of the Empire's elite Jedi hunters dispatched to find Ahsoka Tano and her rebel friends. And she met her end trying to do so. Open window on this side. Top, bottom, bada bing, bada bum. All that being said, let's get her open. Also, I'm glad that Sarah Michelle Gellar is doing stuff. She's in Ready or Not 2, and she's going to be doing the Buffy reboot. Well, they're working on that, actually.
It looks like you are the one that is beaten.
She actually comes with a decent amount of accessories, so I'm not too upset about the price of her. This is what standard Black Series should come with, is this amount of accessories. I know, but it's like required for the character, but like, if I can get her to stand up, she comes with a lot. Like, this should be standard, honestly. Here is our Seventh Sister out of the box. Completely new sculpt. We get a couple of accessories, which we'll talk about more later, but she's got her little droid there. Obviously her face is covered up now. That's because that's part of her helmet. She can take it off, which is really cool. So they did do some nice bells and whistles here, but she is in plain black armor as Inquisitors are normally in, with some accents of silver and red going down. Nicely detailed, nicely sculpted, all new, pinless. She is very small. Like, she's a smaller figure. She's not a big character, so she feels a little tiny, but I do appreciate the amount of accessories. I know a double-bladed lightsaber should definitely come with more blades, especially now that they're including these things with every figure. So that is a nice touch, and it's nice that they included her little droid, her little probe droid. The mask is removable. That's all awesome. And yeah, you know, she'll fit in right with the Inquisitor ranks. We've gotten most of them. I believe they just need to make that one that showed up, that Ahsoka ended in Tales of the Jedi, and then I guess they also showed up in Maul Shadow Lord. No. Yeah, I think that's the same one. So they just need to make that guy, and then I'm pretty sure we have all of the on-screen Inquisitors except for the Ninth Sister from Fallen Order. They haven't made her yet. But it would be nice to get all the Inquisitors, and once they make them all, I will make sure to get the cheaper ones and then have my whole Inquisitorius filled out. That'll be pretty fun. But yeah, I like this character. If you haven't seen Rebels, obviously you're slacking, because Rebels is the best Star Wars show, and that's a mistake that you need to rectify, because Rebels is fantastic, and that is what this character is from. She is exclusively in Rebels, and yeah, I don't want to spoil too much, but there's a reason she's not in anything past Rebels. We'll just say that. And I'm glad we're getting more in the Rebels line. Apparently we're getting Blind Kanan at some point, which will be really cool. And yeah, just give me more Rebels. Give me more Rebels, honestly. And really quickly, there's a look at her face without, look at the helmet. The helmet is articulated. That's kind of wild. But they did make her in the more realistic aesthetic to fit in with the rest of the Black Series, so she doesn't have that completely Rebels animated look. You can slide her in with your other Inquisitors, which is really awesome. Oh, you know what? That's fully removable. Well, would you look how foolish I am? That's really cool. So, yeah, I really do dig this face sculpt. And like I said, she's played by Sarah Michelle Gellar in the show, which is really funny because she's married to Freddie Prinze Jr. And I think that's cute. But yeah, fantastic looking face sculpt. That face printing with the eyes and the dots on her face, very, very nice. Family. Oh, I was still singing when I pressed record. Checking out her height, she stands at 5¼ inches. She's a little short. She's a little short stuff. Not even hitting the 6-inch mark. But we will go over the articulation starting at the head, which on that separate neck piece, we do get a decent amount forward. Way more backward. That's a lot. Side to side. Very nice movement there. Shoulders come up 90 degrees. We do get a butterfly joint in there, which adds a little bit more side movement. Single jointed elbows, so they only go up about that far. Torso articulation to the side. Forward, backward. Sorry, forward, backward. Not too much there. Legs blocked by this skirt, so they don't really have any range of movement back or forward. We do get a thigh cut. We do get a rotation at the knee joint, so you can rotate that. So no boot cuts. And we get rockers. And yeah, essentially classic Black Series articulation at this point. Nothing you wouldn't expect. Nothing crazy, not hyper articulated. They're more going for the realistic look of the figures rather than the hyper articulated comic book stuff that they do with Legends and G.I. Joes and all that stuff. So she articulates regardless. Not a big problem. Going over her accessories. So like I said, the helmet was removable. I figured that out. Y'all saw that, but we do get the helmet, which is cool. Nice black plastic. It's got the point at the top. You put the mask part in there. And you can essentially, oops, well, it fell out. But it does go in there. It fits a certain way. There it is. And it'll stay in there. So we get that, which is cool. Sorry, let me fix the lighting. There we go. Nice helmet. Fits on her head. Actually, let's just put it on her right now. There you go. Nice and imposing with the helmet on. You love to see it. Then we get her little droid, her little probe droid guy, which is cute. It's very cute for being a bad droid. Bad droid. Just a little bit of paint for the eyepiece. He's got his 4 little arms, not articulated at all, just a statue. So no plate, no peg, nothing for him to float on. You just gotta position him on her body somewhere. Then we get her lightsaber, dual blades, because Inquisitors, you know, spinning lightsabers. And Rebels is where they showed the lightsabers doing that helicopter thing and flying, so that's where that came from. And of course we get the 2 removable red blades, and then we also get the swooshy red blades. So yeah, lots of blades there, lots of accessories for a normal release Black Series, and that's why it's slightly better deal than say Quinlan Voss or whatever it was. But let me get her put together and all that stuff for comparisons.
I got it to right! Come on! I don't like this. Just get ready to jump!
First of all, for scale and comparison, here she is with the Grand Inquisitor and the 5th brother. So we've got a majority of the Rebels bad guys from the earlier seasons right here, which is awesome. Here she is with Kanan Jarrus and Darth Maul, also of the Star Wars Rebels persuasion. Here she is with Zeb and Ezra, with She-Hulk and Red She-Hulk, Rhea Ripley and Rowdy Riles, and lastly with Jada Toy, Shaggy, and Romanki Gun Girl. So with all that being said, y'all, what you're getting in this package is slightly more than you would normally get with Black Series, so the increased prices like doesn't hurt as much. But like normal Black Series figures, $27.99, it's still too much to ask, and I'm going to keep making that point in all these reviews. I know that's what I've been saying a lot recently, but yeah, less and less, fewer and fewer. That's how it's going to go, especially now y'all know, just like it's crazy the world we live in. But I do like this figure. I'm a big Rebels fan, so any Rebel stuff I'm all over. But if you like this video, go ahead and let me know by smashing like, comment, let me know if you're picking up, what your favorite Star Wars show is, how your day is going, just say hey. Subscribe if you're new here, become a channel member. 99 cents if you want to go a step further and see members first, which is this video. It's going to go up for channel members before anyone else gets to see it, so that's a little perk there. There are other benefits as well, but you can just sign up if you're really curious. Do all that stuff. Keep your head up, stay brave, be kind to your local LGBTQ plus community. If you're protesting, be extra super duper safe. Check out my subreddit that I just made, r/figure fanatics. I love y'all. I will see you next time, and bye.
I can't!
Return to
Found a mythical Walmart end cap.
Ah, Morty, you're still watching this crap, isn't this? To review figures and toys and stuff, aren't you a little old for toys? Ah, jeez, Rick, you know, I don't think you should call her a bitch, and I kinda like her videos, so maybe you should shut the up. Q, Morty. Q.